Lesson 54, Person. In this lesson, we wanted to take a moment to explore a very important linguistic concept, and that is the concept of person. Person is a quality that verbs have, and here's the basic idea. Verbs that talk about I or we, that is, the speaker, the person speaking, verbs that refer to the speaker or the group that's with the speaker, we call those first-person verbs, okay? Verbs that refer to the party that the speaker is speaking to, the party that the speaker is addressing, that's called second person. If you are talking to someone about a third party, in other words, talking about someone, well, that's called third person. And I think the reason they call it first, second, and third person is because the speaker is the one generating the words, and so he's the first person in the picture, so to speak. The person he's talking to, the person he's engaging, is the second person, and if they're talking about someone else, then that would be the third person. So that's how it strikes me. And when it comes to person, each one is going to have singular and plural. So if it's I, that's first person singular. If it's we, that's first person plural. Likewise, if I'm talking to one person, you, that's second person singular. But if I'm talking to more than one person, y'all, if I say y'all are doing something, that's second person plural. And for third person verbs, he, she, or it would be third person singular. They would be third person plural. Although in modern English, the term they is slowly becoming used as a non-gendered third person singular pronoun. You might hear people talk like this. They might say, if anyone needs to ask a question, they should raise their hand. Sentences like that are very common in modern English. And the reason people do it is that when it comes to third-person singular pronouns, you only have your choice of three genders, masculine, feminine, and neuter, he, she, or it. There is no pronoun that refers to a person, but that covers both genders. In the plural, the word they covers both genders. If someone says they, you don't know if the they is male or female. But in the singular, you do have to commit to either male or female. You have to say he or she. So people borrow the third person plural pronoun they, and they start to use it as a singular one because it's free of any kind of gender implication. Another way to handle it would be to simply say he or she, but that can be cumbersome. Or you could speak in generalities with the word one. You could say, whenever one goes to Paris, one must visit the Eiffel Tower. So let's recap here before we look at the exercises. First person means the person doing the talking. Second person means the person or persons the speaker is speaking to. And third person is the person or people that the speaker is speaking about. He might be talking to someone about some other folks, a third party. Thus the term third person. So the person doing the talking, the person he's talking to, and the person he's talking about. That's first, second, and third person. Let's take a look at our exercises. As the instructions say, the goal here is to figure out what the subject of each sentence is, figure out what person it is, first, second, or third person, and then figure out if it's singular or plural. So number one says, I am tired. The word I is a first person singular pronoun. That's the subject of the sentence. The verb is am. So the answer here is I is the subject, and it's first person singular. Number two is next. You are really good at chess. The subject here is you, and the verb is are. To me, this looks like second person singular. If it were up to me, and I were talking to more than one person, I might say, y'all are really good at chess. So the answer here is you is the subject, and it's second person singular. Number three, she passed the test. She is the subject. That's a third person singular feminine pronoun. Number four, we is the subject. That's first person plural. That's the party doing the talking, except this time it's plural. Number five, y'all have an expensive car. The speaker is talking to more than one person, so it's second person plural. Y'all is the subject. Number six, the subject of the sentence is they. The speaker is speaking to someone about a third party, they. So that's third person plural. In number 7, he is the subject. Again, the speaker of the sentence is talking to someone about a third party, he. So that's third person singular. In number 8, it is the subject. And again, the speaker is talking to someone about a third party. In this case, it's a neuter object. It's a book. So it is third person singular. In number 9, the subject is second person plural, y'all. The speaker is directly addressing someone, so it's second person. And y'all shows us that it's more than one person. In number 10, the flowers are the subject of the sentence. The person doing the talking is talking to someone about a third party. He's talking about the flowers. So that's third person plural, and the word flowers is the subject.